Hello
5.
and welcome everyone to another episode of the Sharpshooters. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. We'll see how Juice is doing later. Because we're running so late, we're going to run through the introduction. We have a new little look tonight because Discord was not working, so we are sorry for the delay. If you have not given us a subscription below, please do. The info is in the chat on the side. If you have Prime, it's free for you. Really helps us out. So if you can please give us a sub. And thank you to Accept the Win for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before, after, and during the break. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Juice, how are you doing tonight?
Danny, I'm feeling inspired.
Ooh.
We're here. It's a new season, new night going forward here on Mondays at 7 p.m. Looking to be on the air and off the air before Monday Night Raw and NFL Monday Night.
Mm-hmm.
We do appreciate y'all taking the time and joining us here. And while we do that, just a few quick things I wanted to share. Before we dive into the trivia, I'm going to do this part first since we're already kind of talking it up. Um, Starting next week, we have our next tournament that we are doing for you all. This is going to be next week and the week after, so back-to-back weeks. We are going to be doing what is called the Marty Jannetty Invitational. This is going to be a tournament, kind of a reverse tournament, but still a tournament, where we are going to be essentially choosing the worst tag team partner of all time, in that we're going to pair up the best tag teams in the world against each other, meaning in round one, it'll be Bubba Ray Dudley versus Devon Dudley, and we will determine which one between the both of them is the Jannetty, aka the one with maybe less singles potential. Not necessarily the worst or the bad one, but kind of the worst and the bad one in comparison of each other.
I'm
So
so excited for this tournament.
that is going to be next week and the week after. We're going to be doing a little bit differently than we usually do. Usually we would do the first round one night and then the rest of it the next night. We're going to adopt something from one of our colleagues. We're going to be doing one side in its entirety one week, and then the opposite side the week after. And we're going to have those very people, our folks over at Till 5 Wrestling, Notorious ATB and Tanner, will be our co-host for both of those evenings, both weeks. They will be the third and deciding vote between Danny and I if a tiebreaker is needed. So come on through next week and the week after. Tell your kids, tell your wives. It's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to it because I don't think we've done a tournament. Probably what was that, June, May? We
Yeah, we
did
haven't done a
one.
tournament in a while.
I
I
think it was.
believe last time
I
was
think
when Jay DeFalco was the guest host.
yeah, and that might have been May.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds because that season ended in April, and it was his like reward for winning. So yeah, that was like May.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. So yeah, tune in next week and let us know who you think the Jannetty, the Marty Jannetty of all Marty Jannetty should be.
For the record,
And yes.
Mario Jannetty and Shawn Michaels will not be in the tournament since this is the Marty Jannetty Invitational. He would have been the clear winner, so therefore, no Jannetty.
He's hosting the Invitational. We should see if we can get him.
Keverlass, you missed the announcement. Next week we're going to be doing the Marty Jannetty Invitational tournament. Check back on the On Demand to see the details for that. Jay DeFalco, who is the Jannetty of the Sharpshooters? Bigger question. That question's already been answered. Matt Salvato is no longer here, so that is the Jannetty of the Sharpshooters. But we're more like the New Day, so there really isn't a Jannetty of that. Sorry, you guys fucked me up. Gotcha. No, it's fine. Totally. It's also Discord's fault for making us late. No worries, Keverlast. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. All right. So next up, I just wanted to take a moment. I didn't do it here on the streams. Don't be mad at me. But I bought this weekend a box of the latest AEW cards.
Oh, snap.
And I opened them.
The whole box?
I opened the whole box.
He wasn't fucking around after the way we ended that last time.
And so I just wanted to share, not all of them, just the four, what I consider the four big hits of the box.
Question before you show us. Do these hits make up for the non-hits in the last box?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they're not bad hits. I'd say of the four hits, three are good.
Okay.
But I do think this line of cards is a little bit weaker. I do like the Allure cards more, and I do like the yearly base cards more. I think these cards aren't as exciting. They all kind of look similar in a way, which I won't get into here, but I'm not really crazy about them. So I'm probably not going to buy a second box to finish out the base set as much as I'm tempted to, but we'll see how things go. All right, so first off, I just want to show only one numbered card in the whole set, and it's this one
Oh
called.
shit!
So it's called Energize, and it's got Shelton Benjamin.
Move it over a little more to
Um,
the your right.
trying to on the wrong way. I'm going the wrong
There
way.
you go. That's good right there.
So as you can't tell, or if my finger's covering it, this is numbered to 199. So out of 200, so his eyes are all lit up. It's like a gold kind of shiny background. The base ones are like silver. Uh, yeah, Square. They're a little scary. I'm not really a big fan of them. If you want, I'll appease you all really quick, and I'll show you the other ones because they're all equally scary. Um, so we have a. Is this good right here?
Yep.
We have an Anthony Bowens. Let me back it up a little bit. We have Anthony Bowens. I believe I can't tell who that one is yet. I'm not
That's
looking
Matt
at it.
Menard. He looks
Matt
terrifying.
Menard. Yeah. Uh, then we got
Yeah.
Brian Danielson, which is a
Yep.
good hit.
That
No,
was
it's not
dope.
really a hit. It's not a hit, but it's a nice card. And then lastly, Brian Cage.
See, Brian Cage, I feel like looks the most normal out of all of them because of the rest of the getup and the face
Yeah.
paint. Matt
So, yeah.
Menard, Square Spectrum, I completely agree with you. Matt Menard with the finger made it even like more terrifying.
Yeah. This one, I didn't look up how rare it is, but it was the only one of its kind in the box. I'm assuming it's a sort of hit, not numbered, but it's a. Oh no, shit! Wow. Holding it up, I just saw on the back of the card it is numbered out of 100. Number
Hey,
number
that's cool.
20 number 25 out of 100. Wow, I literally just caught that putting it up on the screen.
It's almost like an unboxing live for you guys. Look at that.
So there you go. And now it's worth doing a little bit of a hit there.
That's dope.
And then these other two are considered like hits of the box. They're not numbered, but there's only 2 per box you get. This is the one that wasn't really a hit.
Haha, Luther, you fuck.
It's Luther, and it's cool. You can't tell on screen, but like part of it is see through, and it's
No, you can tell on screen. Well, not that part, but on the side, you
Yeah.
can tell where like your finger is. That's the see-through side.
And it's a little bit of a thicker card too. It's got a nice feel to it.
Yeah,
But
juice like some thick.
the Luther, I made up for it with the Luther. I got a John Moxley.
Hey, that's awesome.
So,
Pretty
all right,
good
thank
hits.
you for humoring me there, letting me show you there. I didn't do them here. I didn't open the box on the show,
You
so
son
I
of
wanted
a
to at least show you the hits.
Son of a bitch.
That's all right. That would have taken like 3-4 months, so we're good.
All
All
right.
right, so we're gonna dive in. We didn't really talk about. Oh wait, I didn't even do my trivia. Trivia time. Danny.
Almost got away with it.
I know. Here we go, Danny. We're a little bit behind the clock, but we're fine.
It's all right.
We'll make do.
We probably won't
So-
do a mid commercial in this first episode. Commercial free the first episode. We're good.
Wow. Wow, look at all you getting a huge hit. Okay, so John Cena is in his final year in the WWE, allegedly. He so far has had 12 matches
Okay.
in his final year
Oh,
with
shit.
7 appearances left.
Okay.
What is his win-loss record so far in his final year?
Out of 12 matches, his
Out of
win-loss
12
record.
matches, what's his win-loss record?
Well, obviously he lost to Cody.
Sorry, I'll give you one away. The Royal Rumble I do count as a loss. Some people
Okay.
don't. I count it.
Okay.
It has to count. So.
All right. So he loses to Cody. He wins Elimination Chamber, wins Mania, wins a bunch of matches since then, lost to Cody. Is it that easy? 10-2. I feel like there's a trick there.
And for everybody keeping track at home or playing along at home, by all means, throw your guesses in the chat. He's had 12 matches so far, John Cena, in his final year. What is his win-loss record at the moment with 7 appearances left and maybe like what 2-3 matches
Yeah,
tops.
no, I gotta say 10-2.
So you think he's only lost twice?
I think he's only lost at the Rumble and to Cody because all the rest, because it was in between there was Elimination Chamber, which he won. And then after that was all title defenses. Was there a fluke loss that I'm forgetting? I know this is a trick question. I know there's a fluke loss, but I'm going to go with 10-2. Final answer.
Okay.
What was the fluke loss?
Well, the answer is 7-4-1.
How?
So, first off, the one was this past Friday on SmackDown. They consider Cena and Sammy a draw because of Bork. Um, so
That's
again,
fair.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
off
fair.
of
That's
their
fair.
official. So that's a tie. As for his losses, he lost to Cody at SummerSlam. He lost via DQ to R-Truth on SmackDown. He lost to Cody. I mean, sorry, we did Cody already. He lost to
Rumble.
Cody. He lost Rumble, and then he lost at Money in the Bank, teaming up with Logan.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that tag team match. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So 7-4-1. That is his record so far in his final year.
Not good when you consider what the losses are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Even if you take away the
R-Truth-
DQ,
R-Truth
even if you take away the DQ
went
and
nowhere,
the Rumble,
which sucks. The Sami Zayn one's the only one, I guess. That's. I mean, that's not even a loss. So that's fine. And then the tag team match, yeah, that was that sucked too.
all right, so we have 2 segments for y'all tonight. We didn't really talk about which one we want to do first, but I'll break them down for everybody watching and joining us here on this lovely Monday evening. We are doing a what if segment where we take scenarios and we fantasy book them and share them with each other. There's no winner or loser, but we kind of just share what we came up with.
Spoiler: Juice usually wins.
No. There's no winner. There's nothing like that.
Well, no, I will say in your defense, the first one completely won. That's not even a question. I was woefully unprepared for that first one with you. After that, I feel like I picked it up, but that first one was just embarrassing.
I also vastly overprepared. I was rolling. I mapped out like a 20-year run for tests, but okay. If you want to see that episode, by the way, I believe it was what if Test married Stephanie, right? I think that's what we went with. What if Test never died? Either way, go look up our. It's in our YouTube archives.
No, I think it was shit. Was it What If Tess Never Died?
I think
you're right. I think it was What If Tess Never Died.
I think it was What If Tess Never Passed away. Either way, check that one out. That was wild. But yeah, so this one tonight we're doing is what if John Cena's final year was in AEW, and we're also doing our segment, one of my favorites, Be Kind Rewind, where we each recommend a match to each other for whatever reason. We watch it, and then we share our thoughts on the match with each other.
I kind of want to do Be Kind Rewind first.
Okay. So with Be Kind Rewind, again, it is either a match that we have never seen or we want to rewatch or any particular reason. We may know the other person's seen it. It could be from any company, any time period, whatever match you want. And yeah, so we shared our matches. Would you like to do your match first, my match first? Which one do you want to do first?
I'll do your match first. So I'll talk about your match first.
Okay, so my match for Danny was from ECW Heatwave 1998. It was Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka. Now, for me, this was a match I've never seen. I did not really. I think this was a few months before I got into wrestling in general. I had
really?
I had heard of Tanaka and Awesome as like this big ECW rivalry. Even back then, I saw one of their matches from on TV, and it was good, but like I wasn't really like that. It was one of the rare episodes of ECW I watched as a kid or teenager, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I always wanted to see it, and I found it online, and I wanted to share it with you so we could talk about it and see what you thought. I do have bullet points too for the match. I wrote it down because it was my first time watching it. But before we start, I wanted to share that I did, in case Danny was going to bring it up, I did send him one link and then eventually sent him a second link
Oh,
saying,
I
please.
was going to talk about that.
I said, please watch this link instead. Now, the reason I did that, the first link was from the WWE Vault. It was from WWE themselves. And after like a minute or two of watching it, I felt like something was off.
Mm-hmm.
And I went.
Respectfully,
Yep.
it's because you've never seen it that it took you that long. I played the first 5 seconds, and I was like, this is not Joey Styles. Like, this sounds so weird. They fucked with something.
I knew they fucked with something, but I wanted to really make sure before I said anything to you. It's like there were pauses. So what they did with the WWE Vault is they redubbed it. They had him re-record audio, and I guess take out. I believe it was Shane Douglas at times from commentary. And with that, the music was different because of copyright issues, which I kind of get, whatever. And from there, I didn't even watch to see, but I was like, you know what? Knowing them, they're going to take out like chair shots, headshots, hardcore stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me just find a proper link with better audio. And I found one and I gave it to you. So, all right. Enough out of me. What were your thoughts on the match?
100%. That's exactly what I knew happened. So that's what made me laugh at it. I'm just like, I started listening to it. I was like, oh, this is fake. Like, yeah. Once I started the WWE, I was like, those sons of bitches, they really messed with this. That sucks. I don't want to see it. I don't care. If you don't mind, what I'm trying to do right now, and that's why I'm also kind of kill a little time, is I'm trying to just get a screenshot or two of each match, and I'm just going to throw it over our faces at one point. So people can just see what we're talking about once in a while. But yeah, so the match was dope. I really, really enjoyed it. I was very surprised that you picked that match because, like you said, you didn't really watch from that time, and especially ECW. I know you didn't really watch much because you got into like WWF Attitude Era right away. So I personally love Mike Awesome. I've seen some of his work before. Really entertaining to me, and I was surprised that he wasn't used a little better. I mean, WCW doesn't surprise me, but WWF I thought could have done something with him. Never, obviously, just because I didn't really watch too much Japan stuff. Never watched. How do you say his name? Masato Tanaka.
Yeah, you can just say Tanaka.
Yeah, that was fine though. That was good. Never really watched him too much, but he was super good. Like, I wasn't expecting half the moves that both guys were putting out. Mike Awesome, I feel like would have been such a good wrestler for this time with his size and the way he moves and the way he goes around the ring and stuff. That first top rope, this one right here, hold on. I'm trying to get the picture of it.
The elbow drop?
No. The first top rope,
Senton to the outside?
Yeah, tope, whatever they call it.
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
Thing...
Didn't he land like head first?
No. That one was the good one. The head first one was the power bomb that they tried to do. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up for you guys here.
He did it twice.
This one right here. Oh, that's fair. That's actually very fair. So this move right here, that was the first one that came up. That thing was crazy because I forgot how big he was and how he just kind of just jumped out there, and he landed pretty smooth, and he went far, like further than I expected him to go. I love ECW fans. I don't know what you think of them, if you like seen it or whatever. ECW fans, honestly, I think they make every match and show like that much better because they just get they bring a different level, different animal to the show that almost AEW, but like AEW fans are still trying to catch up to that because some of them are just kind of weird. It's true. Sorry, guys. But I felt, and then this is the other one we were talking about. I'm just getting this picture up for us. That poor power bomb to the outside.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So I'm about to pull that picture right now. These are also done very quickly, so don't judge my cropping skills. I apologize, people at home. But he took a power bomb to the outside, which I thought was going to be very cool because Tanaka was like pretty strong guy, and as you can just see from this angle, you can just imagine where this is landing now because he goes to dump him and dumps him on his head.
He lands on his head.
100% has to have a concussion at the end of that. Like, there's no way he was okay from that. But finished the match, looked strong. The ending was pretty good. But the whole match itself, like this was the kind of ECW atmosphere that I really like. They took things to the outside. They were using a lot of weapons, almost similar to the Shawn Michaels HBK match with some of like the top rope moves and like the change of pace between the two styles. Is like awesome. As much as he's a big man, I think he adapted his style a little more for Tanaka for this match, so Tanaka can play more of like the strong guy, which worked really well because the size difference between these two, where Tanaka was able to like really show his strength and be able to lift this guy up over and over. I'm gonna put up one more. Yeah, right here you can see big size difference. Like Tanaka's chest is at Awesome's belly. So like he really sold for him well. This match was really well told, I think. Like I got into the story right away. It was very easy, good guy versus bad guy, how you could see it. I really, really enjoyed this match. Tanaka, not a big man. Agreed.
What about Mike Awesome?
Mike
Big
Awesome,
man?
I'm pretty sure is a big man.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure Mike Austin is a big man. I gotta read the stats if I'm wrong, though.
You know what? That's your problem. You're looking at stats. It's a gut feeling, man. You look at them. Eye test. Is that a big man?
No. What I'm saying is I think Mike Austin is a big man, but I know you're going to base it on what I said in the past where you're going to be like, he's not according to your stats. So I could be wrong based on my stats, but I do think he's a big man the way he moves and the way and just way he looks. Again, for me, it's the looks. It's not the moveset. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. For me, it's how he looks compared to other wrestlers. Does he look bigger than most guys, or are they fatter than most guys? It doesn't matter if they're stronger. A lot of people are stronger that are smaller guys. So the strength isn't, to me, what makes a big man.
Okay. We won't get into that at this point. But yeah, the only things I want to add, if anybody's an ECW fan,
oh, 6'6", huge big man. I was right. I just had to check the stats.
If anybody here is an ECW hardcore fan and knows ball, and I'm speaking out of turn, by all means, interrupt me and clarify. As far as I recall or saw online, this was the second time they had ever met in ECW, and this is the first time they wrestled on a pay-per-view. And this is the match that many consider to be the best between them over their time in ECW. So they did fight a few more times along that way, but this is considered the best from what I've read, which is why I picked this one in particular. But yeah, I mean, this was like a classic. Like you look at it from like 1998, and you can just see the influence from that in like AEW and New Japan now, and like the stuff, like even like the running down the big ramp with the chair to the head, like that's a classic New Japan spot. The doing the big power bomb that you think is the finish, faking the fans out with that, and then doing one more move to end it. That's classic, like AEW, Ring of Honor now, where like you think that's it, and then a little hope spot right at the end.
What was also interesting to me is just I forget how simple some of these moves are because they're just oversaturated now. But like a good running powerbomb from someone who's that size, that like it just looks so good, man. That spinning DDT onto 3 chairs, that was like, oh yeah, that can end a match. There's no reason your skull going into 3 chairs shouldn't knock you out for a 3 count. But now it's like 50 of those chairs has to happen, and that still might not knock you out. It's crazy. And one more thing, the chair shots, I loved seeing good chair shots again. Man,
that and also Tanaka no-selling like 2 of them back. Like, he got hit back-to-back with 2 chair shots. He's running out the ropes doing cross bodies. Like, bro, like, what?
But that's also kind of classic New Japan. They don't really like sell or tell the story as well in the American audience.
That's the fighting spirit. But yeah, I think that's really all I had written down. You covered everything else pretty much, guys. I'm feeling this layout of you two side by side. Oh, word.
Nice.
All right,
I was a little nervous about this, but like I'm getting used to it. I like it.
Do I look the same quality-wise? Maybe it's just me. I feel like my camera quality looks worse than it's been, but maybe it's just because I'm closer on the screen. But I digress.
Let us know. I think you look just as good.
I think I look worse. Okay, but yeah, that's all I really got. Otherwise, you covered everything else. But man, Mike Awesome, ECW. I really should watch more.
He's awesome.
All that stuff. I should really check them out more. But Danny does look clearer. See, yeah, that's what I thought.
Maybe we'll check it later off camera. technically on.
So that was Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka from ECW Heatwave 1998. If you have any thoughts on the match, let us know down below. Maybe you just got to adjust and play with it at some point. Yeah, maybe I've heard that too.
That's what she said.
Yep. All right. Next up, though, now we're gonna do Danny's match. Danny, why don't you take it away? Let us know the match you picked for me.
So I've had a string of bad luck with some of the matches I picked for Juice. Either I picked them because like technically they were classic, but maybe not the best match, or I just wanted to see him some important thing, or I think one of them was just a bad match I just chose for him. But I finally was like, I need to give him something good. I need to give him something that I don't think he's seen before, and it's always pre-98 stuff, so that's what makes it a little bit harder to find like a good match technically compared to stuff these days. But I chose Shawn Michaels versus Mankind at WWF In Your House Mind Games. So this was pretty much fresh off Shawn Michaels' WrestleMania title win, where he was kind of starting a good babyface run. This is one of his early opponents. They were giving Mankind, who is on a super push right now, that he had just beaten Undertaker. He's with Paul Bearer. He got they did the Boiler Room Brawl where he got the urn. So like Mankind's on top of the world right now, and everyone thought like, oh man, this might be like a title change for the ages. Like, are they going to put the belt on Mankind? Are they going to take it off the super hot babyface? It was just a really good match. One of my favorites, to be honest, for both Mankind and Shawn Michaels, because he got to show Shawn Michaels like really kind of get a little bit nastier and give away the babyface persona a bit, and Mankind just really, I think, highlighted Mankind more than just like the hardcore wrestler. Like they did hardcore stuff here, but like they also like wrestled a match. So I think it really showed both of them in a different light. So I really liked it. I hope you liked it.
Well, Danny, you overall did well here.
Whew.
But
overall, though,
there were issues, there were concerns.
In your face. In your face.
Okay, so yes. Now, first off, please leave the image on the screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
No,
there
leave
you go.
it on the screen. Leave it on. Yeah. Okay. So this match. No, bring it back up. I want
it is. You're
Sorry,
on a delay.
I'm on a delay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put this match on. And I'm watching it, and it starts with Paul Bear bringing out the casket. Mankind's in it. It's a whole big thing, and the wrestling fan in me goes, "Okay, this is a casket match." And I get about 10 minutes into the match, and finally, like, Vince McMahon starts going, "This isn't a casket match. Remember that, folks. This is just a normal one-on-one." So now I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is why did we even come out in a casket? Why are we doing this bit? Like, why is it even out there if it's not a casket? So that completely threw me off the first 5-10 minutes of the match, because I was waiting for, like, that to be the thing. I was like, all right, dope. So not a casket match, contrary to the photo you see on your screen, gentlemen and ladies. Yeah, by the way, one of the first things I also noticed is Vince on commentary, he does the same thing Shivani does, where when he gets really loud and wants to get across a point, he just talks in the same loud voice like this, and oh my God, he can't stop what he's saying. And I heard it, and I just, like, my mind exploded. I was like, that's got to be where, like, Shivani even got it from, listening to freaking. I know they were around the same time, so I'm not stupid, but like they both did the same. Maybe Vince got it from Shivani. I don't know, but that drove me nuts. So yeah, not a casket match. This is just a normal one-on-one match between Shawn Michaels and Mankind.
Yes, sir.
Because again, Shawn Michaels was hitting the elbow drop like minutes in, so I was like, all right, maybe this is a casket match. That's why he's hitting finishers like early on.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first I rewatched the match after I gave it to you, obviously I forgot and still don't know why they did a casket.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I do know why. We'll get to it at the end. But,
well, yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like at the time.
Yeah. But just like ECW, and I've said this numerous times watching these old school matches, though, man. Like, this is the good stuff. This is the shit. Like, I mean, it's a little bit messy. It's not overproduced. There's not 15 agents in the match putting their noses in it, saying to do this and do that, and to be totally careful with shit. Like this is what wrestling is, and like that's what drives me so nuts with like WWE and even wrestling today. Like even AEW is like this, where it's so like it's different. It's the times. This is the
Mm-hmm.
old man yelling at cloud bit, but like the suplex into the stairs of Mankind's leg, like that was that was nuts, totally just unplanned,
Oh,
just
I
hitting
got
him
that
with
one.
that. The chop blocks were like everything Shawn Michaels was hitting was with purpose and had something behind it. Like you felt the ebb and flow of the back and forth between the two of them throughout the match.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good match. I I don't know if it's ever been said or confirmed anywhere, but I'm like 95% sure that neck in the rope spot with the mandible claw was planned.
I do think so.
It
Yeah.
looked like he went into it in a way,
They
went
they
right into the
they
mandible.
they were doing a lot of rope stuff back then where people were getting stuck in the
Yeah.
ropes. If you remember Shawn Michaels classic, the WrestleMania 10 spot, he
Mm.
did that a few times. Like those spots have happened where they were getting like even the whole arm or stuff stuck in. So I think Mankind was the one crazy enough to try to do that spot for sure. I
And then
agree with that.
I liked HBK working the hand
Mm-hmm.
on Mankind with the mandible, the crossbody into the table spot where he flipped and landed. Again,
Oh, I
good
got that
stuff.
one too.
Nothing,
Hold on.
nothing over. It's just like it's hard to explain it, but like this is just what wrestling is. Like it's not planned out with like 15 minutes before you do the move, and the table breaks the same way every time. And listen, I get that's wrestler safety also to an extent these days, but I've already made my point to say like just let them go nuts and like throw the caution to the wind. I don't need a referee holding a barrel for Sheamus and freaking Rusev to do a spot off of it. Like
Yeah, and we'll
I don't
talk.
like it.
Maybe we'll talk more about that on Thursday. But I was gonna say the same thing about that, where it's just like you can set these structures up a little more solid if that's what you're worried about, or something like
Yeah.
that. But like to have like two or three people holding something when they were doing the ladders and stuff, like it takes away from the moment. It takes away from the atmosphere. Like unfortunately, and this is what they kind of signed up for, and they kind of know this. The danger of it messing up comes with the job, and like that's what makes it more believable. When I see the ladder being held by two people, I know you're not going to fall, so now I'm just like, all right, well, we'll just wait for someone to come up and stop you because that's the only thing that can happen.
Yeah. And wrestlers still get hurt doing the
Yeah,
simplest shit. So
100%.
whatever. All right. So I have a question for you, if you remember, because they mentioned it on commentary that it involved Goldust. Why was there so much glitter with Goldust in the match before? What the hell? Like,
I
what
I
did he throw glitter all over the freaking ring? Was it
I
just
don't
gold?
remember who he hon. Let me see something. I don't remember
Was it
who he
just
faced
was
the
it
night
just
before.
Goldust like gear? Like, what made
No, no,
that
no.
much?
It
Because like
definitely wasn't.
the referee was counting three, and you saw the glitter bouncing off the freaking ring mat. It was all
Yes,
over the place.
yes. It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't a usual thing because I've seen a bunch of Goldust matches that was never a thing. He was in what's called a final curtain match with the Undertaker. I'm looking it up now. He was in the final curtain match with the Undertaker. The match before that, so I assume something in the final curtain caused like glitter to fall. Maybe like the end of the match. Oh no.
That's fine. Whatever. No big deal. So now my last 2 points about the match. Um, Unfortunately, typical WWE, you give
Yeah.
me a 20-25 minute great match, and then out comes Vader, gets in the ring, and honestly, I didn't go back to go look at it. I wanted to. I don't even think Vader got a hit in on Shawn Michaels, and Earl Hebner calls for the DQ and ends the match.
So I think that was a mistake because if you notice what happened
Yes. Yep.
was right. Yeah, go ahead and talk about it if you notice. Go ahead.
No, I noticed like right after I think was it Luger or Sid? Who was it? Who came
Sid.
out?
Sid.
Sid. All right. And then Sid comes out, fights Vader away, and then immediately like Mankind keeps going after Shawn, and I think they do like a DDT or something, and like they keep wrestling and going for like a decision, like a pin or something or a submission. And Hebner's like, no, I rang the bell, it's over. So yeah, I mean, maybe something got fucked up, but it's like Vader never touched Shawn Michaels, so we do a DQ and we end it, and then you open the casket and then fucking Taker's in the casket, and that's I guess why we did the whole spot where Taker just comes out and goes with the Mankind, and hey, power to WWE and their fans, I guess during the early mid '90s, crowd still didn't give a shit. Like you do that today, crowds booing, internet's losing its mind. Back then, no one cared. Everybody was just like, "Yay, Vader and Taker!" And like, no one cared. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the Attitude Era changed that because I never grew up with like the crowd liking a DQ finish ever. So
Well, it wasn't so much I think them liking the DQ finish. I think they were just like I think it was just everyone who kind of got involved at that point. They were just hyped to see because it was all the big names at the end there with the Undertaker. Vader and Sid were still a big name back then. So I think they were just hyped to kind of see all those names come out. There were a few times like during the Attitude Era or whatever where Monday Night Raw main event or something would end with a DQ, but it ends in like a big out brawl. So like that's why some people didn't care as much. I think the problem now is that, especially for WWE, at one point they were doing it so often, where like every big match was a DQ. WWE, even WWF back then, they weren't doing it like all the time, right? Shawn Michaels would usually get a clean win over whoever, Vader, Sid, whatever. Like, not often was a pay-per-view match ending, at least from my recollection. I was just a kid, so maybe I'm wrong. But like, I don't think a lot of pay-per-view matches were ending in DQs or countouts, where WWE was doing that almost for like a year. I think we were complaining about it for like a year straight. It's like, oh, another DQ finish, another countout, another non-finish, whatever. So like, I think that's what really changed is that how often it was happening.
all right, well, that's all I had. Do you have any closing thoughts on that match, or do
No,
you
I
want to
mean,
move
I
on?
just really loved the match. I hated the finish
Yeah.
because like now what we know, but like I really liked the match. Some of the shots they were taking, part of me suspects that one of the back body drops that Shawn Michaels took to the outside that started some of the back problems, along with everything that happened later on. Because he landed like awkwardly, almost on like his like hip. So that was interesting to watch. But Mankind also, man, early Mankind was such a different breed. It was so like he was such a fresh new character at that time. Something that like legitimately made me like freaked out, like watching him come to the ring and squeal and pull out his hair and stuff. Just like peak Mankind was awesome. I just loved it.
All right. Well, that was Be Kind Rewind. If anybody in the chat ever has a match that they would like us specifically to go back and rewatch and give our thoughts on, or just watch for the first time, let us know in the chat. Hit us up on our socials over on Twitter or Facebook, and just reach out and let us know. Hey, we want you to check out this match from TNA or ECW or anywhere, and we will try and find it and watch it. Talk about it here on the show.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now it is time for our final segment of the evening. We are doing What If. We're going to be talking about what if John Cena's final year was in AEW. Now, would you like to go first or would you like me to go first? How you want to do this?
I will go first, as we've
Okay.
already said, you won. So I just want to make sure.
There's no
I know.
winner.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
and,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
and just to ask you before you dive in, we didn't really talk about this. Are you doing this as if this current year he's in AEW with his final year and this one with WWE isn't happening? Or are you booking it as a continuation of like this year's happening and then he still goes? How did you do it? Let's hear your
I'm not
year.
gonna lie to you. I thought that you did tell me that we were doing it like in continuation, so that's how I did it. I just
No,
never really. Maybe it might have been in
did.
conversation. No.
Maybe I
Not
did.
saying like last week you said it. I think whenever we first started talking about this, I think that was kind of the conversation. Of like, would it be a continuation or would it take place? And we were just like, nah, fuck that. We gotta apply everything that happened this year to AEW. Blah 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 blah. And see how it went. So that was kind of my mindset with it, kind of going into it. So he ends in December, and then January, I figured, why not, since we're making our rules? The first Dynamite is in Boston. So he makes his date. No one knows it's coming, obviously, because he just retired in WWE. And at this point, I think I said our champion was... Yes. So I had said that even though he... because I just want to kind of fancy book Cena for a crazy year. Even though he's technically retired from full-time activity, that Bryan Danielson did come back at the end of the year and win the AEW World Championship again, so that him and Cena could be Cena's first rivalry here in AEW, and then Danielson can take a little more time off. So Cena debuts, interrupts Bryan Danielson. They do their back and forth. Cena right now, face usual John Cena, has I assume in this world, I just assumed he keeps all the John Cena trademark and stuff, right? That's his name.
Okay, it's your fantasy world.
I'm going to assume that. I don't know.
It's your
I don't know
world,
if he's allowed to keep all that.
You're
So obviously
you
he would have a different theme song, but that's all right. We'll figure that out later. And then in his first main event match, which would be at Revolution. So we actually have a few months of him fighting some other guys, trying to kind of earn, in Bryan Danielson's view, he just got there, so he's trying to earn that pay-per-view match. Then we do an actual heel turn with John Cena, and not this hunky-dory crap that he just went. He's in AEW. We all know he's not going to get cheered there because it's AEW and he's Mr. WWE and what he represents, and probably his style a little bit. So I would love almost a Dr. Thugonomics John Cena, except just like the real heel version where he just gets a lot of he can say whatever he wants in AEW now. I know he's all like a family man, so it won't be like that obnoxious like when he was younger, but he can kind of lean into that Dr. Thugonomics and speak however he wants to. He doesn't win the belt at Revolution, though, because since he does his heel turn, he does get caught and get DQ'd. So that extends also Bryan Danielson a little bit further. And then we go the next month to Dynasty, where this is where Cena wins the championship, because even though it's Cena and even though everyone's going to hate it, what better than a heel Cena, an actual heel Cena that believes it, winning the title. So he's going to retain it for... I think, hold on. Yes. So I said he was going to retain it for about 3 months, because he won it in April. So about 3 months going
Hold on, so just to pause, make sure I'm keeping up. So you have Cena beating Danielson to win the title at Dynasty.
Yes.
And then he fought Danielson at Revolution and lost by DQ.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Then, in these 3 months, he does his title defenses. He faces a lot of the baby faces. We went with Omega. He was facing Swerve, getting those real top names, Cope, some of those old rivalries out of the way. Definitely had to have Cope and Cena at one point, because that is pretty much his main rivalry. I didn't really get into too much detail because that story kind of writes itself, especially with Cope being a babyface right now and Cena going to be in this heel Cena role. So that one would have been most likely Double or Nothing, because Forbidden Door, I assumed he would face New Japan's top guy and get a nice Forbidden Door classic in there, and then All In and All Out was where he was gonna the next part of the chapter. So has a couple defenses, does a couple TV time, couple TV defenses also, because they don't do a lot of pay-per-views. Then we get to All In, All Out, and I assume that AEW is still going to be...
Hold on. So who did he fight at Double or Nothing? Did I miss that?
Double or Nothing would have been Cope.
And then now you're... and then who do you fight at Forbidden Door?
Forbidden Door, I whoever is like the New Japan's top guy at the time, like that. That's not... I don't like that they do the... We've discussed this, that I don't like that they still like incorporate AEW only storylines into Forbidden Door. I enjoyed like the actual Forbidden Door. So in this world, they go back to the actual Forbidden Door. And then at All In, that's when he faces a returning Will Ospreay, because at that point Ospreay's healed from his neck injury, back for All In, which is going to be in London, England, most likely. Um, and here is where Ospreay beats him for the championship. Heroes return. Real big moment for him. Gets to beat the GOAT. 1, 2, 3. And then at September 7th, instead of going back to Ospreay, because Ospreay kind of beat him clean, and I think a rematch wouldn't really do much. I don't think beating Cena twice is really going to do anything. So then we have Cena kind of going, and this is where I'm going to steal a little bit from WWE, and that's fine. Kind of going back into like almost the babyface role, but not yet. Still doing the Dr. Thumbanox thing, but you could still now see that towards the tail end, fans are starting just to be like, okay, he lost the belt, no longer the bad guy. This is where MJF comes into the picture now, and him and MJF have a nice little rivalry. That's going to go through All Out to Wrestle Dream. So this is going to be a nice month-long thing where at the end of this, he loses to MJF, but this is where he does the full babyface turn now because MJF is the heel. And then that leaves us with Full Gear and World's End. And honestly, here I got a little lazy after the MJF stuff, not going to lie. And I wasn't sure really how to end it because I got the big matches out of the way kind of early on with the stuff. And then I got the MJF part in there because I wanted him to end on a babyface because I know that's what Cena would want to do at the very least, is to have a little time as a babyface because that's just what he's kind of used to. So I wasn't sure what name to kind of let him finish off his career. And even though I think I already mentioned him before that they wrestled, I think this is the moment where we let Kenny Omega kind of beat him at World's End and kind of be the definitive, like, I'm the main AEW guy, you were the main WWE guy, this is my send-off to you, like, you know, you're leaving on your back kind of thing, and that's who retires him. But I wasn't sure if that was lazy or not, so I that's where I kind of got a little stuck. I kind of blew my load on the first part, not gonna lie.
Yo. All right.
All right. What do you got? You got 8 minutes before we had to end this.
Why?
Because the commercial, we said it was going to be commercial free.
Oh, well, I make no promises. I'll do my best.
Well, then a commercial might just cut you off. Just a heads up.
All right.
And then we'll come back and finish it.
So, it is Thursday, January 1st. Live Collision. Everyone, pyro's going off. It's Thursday, but, you know, Excalibur's there because Tony Schiavone's been fired by this point in my timeline. And the silence after all the pyro goes off and all the hype and all that stuff. Who comes out? John Cena. Shocking the world, not seen at all. No one sees it coming. Crowd's booing him. Some people are cheering, but overall he's getting the boos. He expects the reaction. He welcomes it. Cuts his promo, and the first thing he's thanking everybody for being there. He says he wants to try and go out, make things right. He's got a little bit more left in him. He wasn't done yet, and he wanted to come here and prove to himself that he can go where the best wrestler and all that. So he says the first thing he wants to do is he wants a match with Adam Page for the AEW World Championship. What follows this up immediately? Who comes out? None other than Eddie Kingston going, nah. We ain't doing that. He comes out. He is livid. He is pissed off at the sight of John Cena being in an AEW ring. You don't deserve to be here, partner. You don't belong. You don't fit in. We don't want you. They don't want you. Get stepping. You got your moment. This leads to this is John Cena's first feud now. He wants the world title. He's stuck with Eddie Kingston. So now you got Kingston and Cena going back and forth for about, a month and a half, 2 months going at it. Now you got Eddie and Cena in the ring. Revolution. Cena's first big match. Juice won already. Oh boy. Oh, that's the Sharpshooters. Is that you?
Yeah, I just typed that.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I already like yours.
And John going at it. No big hardcore stipulation, just a first time match, but John steps up, big match John, he's doing his thing with Eddie. John Cena gets the win. Earns Eddie's respect. Crowd, some still booing, some are cheering. Overall, still more or less the same reaction, but he earned it. Now that leads to John getting his focus back, getting back on track, going to Dynasty, wanting to fight Adam Page. Adam Page sees what he did with Eddie. John gets a few more little wins on TV, nothing big, fights like AR Fox, the typical people you kind of get early on in a run, maybe like a Scorpio Sky, things like that. Goes to Dynasty, faces Adam Page for the title. Oh boy, here we go. John Cena gonna get the belt again. He's gonna get another final year. He's gonna do this and that. They're gonna do the same shit. And Adam Page defeats John Cena and retains the title. Cena is distraught. He is left knowing that these opportunities don't come as often as he'd like, and comes out the next night. He's a little bit lost now, doesn't know what to do. Here comes Callis family. Callis family comes out. They're all going after Cena, talking smack at him, saying he can't even do it. Meanwhile, Fletcher's TNT, Takeshita's done the G1, all this stuff. They're all going at him, and he needs some backup. So now, who comes out? We got Cope and Christian. Cope and Cage got his back. His old school buddies, old school friends from back in the day.
They were never friends.
His old school buddies. They're all, they're allegiance. They have alliances, brothers in arms and whatnot. So now you got Cope, Cage, and Cena going after like Fletcher and Takeshita. So naturally, FTR jumps in here. We got weekly back and forth fights. Jericho comes back. Jericho's kind of with the Callis family again now after kind of being with them way, way back early on.
What?
So now he was with them early on. With
I'm
Sammy
saying, but he
Guevara
picked
stuff.
the Callis family over Cope, Christian, and Cena?
Yeah. Yeah. Why would Jericho? Of course, Jericho's a heel. He was with the Learning Tree. He's not going to come back and just go with them. He's better than that. He knows these allies, what the Callis family's done for him. And that's right. Jericho didn't go back. Jericho stayed with AEW, baby. No more Learning Tree, though. And with that, Cena, Cope, and Cage need some reinforcements. So what better reinforcements as things are gearing up? We got Mark Briscoe and Darby Allin to the rescue, joining in this fight against the Callis family and FTR. And what does this all build to? Baby, we're doing Anarchy in the Arena. Double or nothing. You're throwing John Cena and Anarchy in the Arena. It's going to go nuts. It's going to go off. And the baby faces come out with the big win. Cena gets the pinfall, pinning Jericho. And that's a win for Cena's big win. They're double or nothing Anarchy in the Arena. Now, after that, Cena's like, all right, how am I on time? Should we take a commercial?
Keep going. I'll let you know.
Because I'm like halfway there. So.
Don't worry. I'll let you know when we're gonna. I'll give you like a 30-second.
Okay, go. Bear with me, folks. This is good though. So now Cena gets that win again. He wants to turn his focus back to the AEW World Title. He wants that title. He wants to do it one more to get 18, make it AEW, make it mean something. He enters himself into the Owen. He's in the Owen, first round versus Daniel Garcia. So we got Daniel Garcia, John Cena, round one, going at it in the Owen. So John Cena can go to All In and challenge for the world title. What happened? I missed the chop block. Damn, you did. You missed it, Freebird. Sorry. So now we got Cena and Garcia going at it. Everyone kind of thinks it's a layup. Cena's going to probably go all the way, win this whole thing. Nope. FTR comes out. Some funny business. FTR costs John Cena. He's out first round of the Owen. Daniel Garcia beats John Cena. Crowd goes nuts for this huge upset. But pisses off Garcia, doesn't like what FTR did. So we got Garcia and Cena kind of getting an alliance in that way along the way. So while this happens, with the weeks that go by now, while Cena's, kind of helping out Garcia, mentoring him along the way, it's revealed that FTR didn't just attack Cena for the fun and the love of the game. They were paid off a little financial compensation from the one and only MJF. Leading to MJF versus John Cena at All In. And again, more classic back and forth segments, more promo work, doing their thing. And John Cena loses to MJF in Wembley. MJF gets the big win over him after costing him the world title, a shot with the tournament. Now, important to mention that at All In, Will Ospreay came back, won the Owen, challenged Adam Page at All In, and won the world title. So Will Ospreay is now your champion.
Adam Page had a lengthy reign.
He did. Good for him. But now we have Will Ospreay as your champion. So now coming out of this is Forbidden Door season. Cena comes out. He's like, I know what Forbidden Door is all about. I want to challenge someone that nobody would expect. And lo and behold, who is it? For the first time coming out of retirement or out of full-time retirement, It is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. We are getting Cena versus Danielson at Forbidden Door. Everyone loses their mind at this. They're thinking the match that they would have gotten again because Danielson was done. Danielson and Cena go at it. Danielson, being the nice guy that he is, not in kayfabe but in real life, he lets Cena go over. Cena beats Bryan Danielson at Forbidden Door. Now, once again,
Pause.
yep.
We're going to pause there, take a quick commercial break, be right back for the rest of the What If John Cena joined AEW Juice version.
The end of the run. Stick tuned.
And, whoa, why are we so much smaller? There we go. That was weird. Went to the wrong one. And we're back to hear the rest of Juice's What If John Cena joined AEW. We just left off with Forbidden Door, where John Cena, if I remember correctly, beat Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, he beat
There we
Bryan
go.
Danielson. All right, well, unfortunately, I am stuck in the 3-minute ad still, so I can't see us, which is annoying. But
Oh, they can see
whatever.
you, baby. So just
Yeah,
smile and look
I know.
good.
Just annoying. I'll power through. All right. So I'm just gonna switch to the other window. Okay. Um so Cena just beat Bryan Danielson. And again, coming off that big win against Bryan Danielson, Cena comes out and he's like, guys, I know you're gonna hate me. I need this title. And I've had 2 opportunities at it and I failed both times. And this is the last time. I want the world title. Will Ospreay, I challenge you at All Out. If I beat you, I get 18. If I lose, that's it. I know I only have a few months left, and I can't keep doing it. So now we have Will Ospreay versus John Cena. This is Cena's last chance.
Just so you know, according is it? Oh, I looked at the wrong. Keep going. I lied. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So this is Cena's last shot going against Will Ospreay, who just won the belt 2 months prior in Wembley. They go at it, nice bout of respect. Probably one of Cena's greatest matches he's had in AEW to this point. And Will Ospreay reigns supreme, beats John Cena. 3 shots at the belt. Granted, one was in the Owen to get to the belt, and he can't do it. It's three times he tried and failed. Now he's a man that's lost. He's kind of defeated and has no purpose with like the fall to go. And now he kind of falls into that fun territory where he's lost. And the first people that come after him at this point, we have a newly reformed and combined heel tag team of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, the Acclaimed, back together. So now we have Caster week in, week out, hitting Cena with these freestyle raps, putting him down after he just lost. And now the fans are loving it. They're laughing at it. They're booing Max Caster. They're cheering Cena a little bit. Cena's fighting back a little bit with some bars, but he's not really that motivated. What happens? Well, Danny, after about a year or so, that big special contract that R-Truth signed to stay with WWE is expired.
Oh my
R-Truth,
God.
R-Truth has left the WWE, and Ron Killings has gone to AEW to back up John Cena. So now we have Ron Killings, not R-Truth, Ron Killings and John Cena and the Acclaimed going at it in a tag team feud for a little bit, doing their rap for all doing freestyle raps at each other.
That's
Crowds
fucking
enjoying it,
ridiculous.
having fun. It's fun times, good stuff. Naturally, Cena and Ron Killings come out of it on top. Now we're going into Wrestle Dream, and again, Cena's kind of doing the same bit. It's time for a dream match, someone unique, someone different, someone that he can put on something special with. And this year, Wrestle Dream is in Mexico. So who better to answer the challenge against John Cena than Mystico, his old former colleague and friend from WWE.
Another friend.
Former Sin Cara. So now we're running back Sin Cara and Cena. We're doing that. But
what do you mean running back? They never ran the first time.
Running it back, baby. I'm sure they probably fought once. Either way, they teamed at least together. Either way, the crowd loves it because it's, Mystico is basically Mexico Cena going against Cena, and it's again another fun one, another classic. Huge, two big baby faces going at it, and Cena comes out with the win here in Mexico over Mystico. Much to the crowd's surprise, and they do give him his respect and cheer for him as well. Big ovation, big hugs, big kisses, all that good stuff. Now we're in the last 2 months of it, and Cena's kind of in his glory days, having his fun, doing all that stuff. And then who shows up? Jon Moxley, Death Riders. Moxley's like, "What is this? What are we doing? This is the final run. You wanted the belt. You wanted to do something, and now you're doing this. You're teaming up with Ron Killings. You're doing little baby matches with Mystico. Like, where is the Cena that I know you can be and that you have been? You're coasting here at the end." So we get Cena versus Moxley at Full Gear, and this awakens Cena. Cena goes after Moxley. He's going after, giving him everything. It snaps him out of it, but Jon Moxley, the ace of AEW, reigns supreme and pins John Cena. So while Cena got his mojo back, he did get the loss. He couldn't take out the ace of AEW, that is Jon Moxley. Now we head into the final month and a half of his deal. And he's like, how am I going to do this? I can't go for the world title. I need to go out in a big way. I'm entering myself into the Continental Classic. I've already played all the hits. I'm going out with the only way I can. I'm entering the Continental Classic. And if I win, I'm relinquishing the crown immediately following that, but I need to prove that I can do this. And his block, mind you, I'm not going to give you the other block, but Cena's block consists of Brody King, Jay White, Samoa Joe, Kazuchika Okada, and Orange Cassidy.
It's a tough block.
Tough block. So I'm going to run down you week by week how he does.
Oh, Jesus.
Orange Cassidy, he beats him. Kazuchika Okada, he loses to Okada.
It's racist.
Samoa Joe, draw. Time limit draw. No one can win that one. Jay White beats him. Brody King, he beats him. So now Cena has enough points to make it to the semifinals at World's End. And who's he face in the opening match that night? Kazuchika Okada. The one person that he lost to in the rounds. So now it's Cena versus Okada, the rematch in Cena's final night at World's End. Cena beats Okada. And now we're down to the finals. It's Cena versus Kenny Omega.
Ah, yes.
The dream match, the big one that everybody probably wants more than anything. And Okada was the Continental Unified Champion, whatever. So now you're guaranteed a new one no matter what. It's either Cena or it's Kenny Omega. Two of them are going at it. Cena turns back the clock, even Omega a little bit. They go to a 60-minute draw. The place loses their minds, earning the respect of John Cena. They want 5 more minutes. Tony comes out. He gives them all the 5 more minutes. They go at it. John Cena finally overcomes and defeats Kenny Omega, winning the Continental Crown and retiring as the Continental Crown
He's not
Classic
Sting. How
champion,
dare
all
you.
that winner. And he goes out finally getting a win that makes him just something of value in AEW for the record books. Thank you.
Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that was more of a roller coaster than I expected. You started off real high, then you got me in somewhere. I was like, no shot, that doesn't make sense. He has way too many friends that were never friends.
It's definitely friends with them.
That was interesting, though. I like that.
At least Copeland and Mystico. He definitely teamed up with them before. Maybe not Christian, but
I don't know about. Show me where they've teamed. We'll look at that later. John Cena. Has John Cena ever teamed with Mystico? So no, that was awesome.
Yeah, type in Sin Cara, but
you're right. That was dope though. I really like that. I like the way it started. Like I said, I think that was the best part. Yeah. Oh my God, they did one time. According to AI, I don't know if I believe AI. So we'll see. No, here it is. All right. Yeah, they teamed one time against The Miz and Alex Riley.
Counts.
That's hilarious.
Friends.
The guy, of course, this was set up by the anonymous Raw GM. That piece of shit. That should tell you the kind of stuff you're making us watch, Juice. So, no, that was really awesome. I hope you guys really enjoyed both versions, but Juice is more. But I hope you guys enjoyed both versions. I hope you guys enjoyed the Be Kind Rewind. We really liked both matches. If you haven't seen either one, once again, that was Heatwave 1998 by from ECW, where it was Mike Awesome versus Masahiro Tanaka. I think I said that right. And then what's up?
Rado Tanaka.
It was closer. And then and then the other one was In Your House 96 Mind Games, Mankind versus Shawn Michaels. Please join us Thursday, 7 o'clock. Remember, that's our new start time from now on, 7 o'clock, so you guys can all watch the football games, the foosball, after this. But 7 o'clock on Thursday, we'll talk about This Week in Wrestling. And then next Monday is the Marty Jannetty Invitational Tournament. So please make sure you join us and our guest Till 5 Wrestling. They will be one vote, so we will still have a best of 3 to make sure whoever advances to each round advances. See you guys.
The vetoes will be active.
Vetoes will be active for the first 2 rounds as usual. So if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe save it for next week. See you guys on Thursday. Peace out, everybody.
Oh, boy.